what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Stumble every time you do it. Ain't never gonna get used to it. Hanging on a garden rose. Something the way that my love grows. Oh Lord, I didn't see it coming. Arcadia's got me running. Just trying not to lose my breath. Cause hell, I'm gonna take that step. And though my pride is gone way down the line, well, I'm just fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 64, volume 4 of everyone's favorite summer podcast to listen to while lying at the beach at the Hamptons, or bicycling through the streets of Paris, or gazing at the stars in Colorado, or snorkeling amongst the reefs of Australia, or driving to a Crawdads game in Hickory, North Carolina. My name is Chad Easton. I'm a big fan of the North Carolina State Wolfpack Athletics stepping up and showing the world what we are made of. Monkeydust No Jinx-ies. Multiple trips to the ice cream parlor, went on vacation at the beach, and last but not least, actually reaching a state of peace and tranquility while under an umbrella last week while staring at the ocean. Hank, what you got?
You sound like Barry White there at the end. You got real low.
That's what I'm going for.
My name's Hank Eimer, and I'm a big fan of reconnecting dogs with their families after they've been ejected from the car.
Can't wait.
Watching people awkwardly attempt to shake hand, fist bump, elbow pound, or salute since the pandemic. And Shohei Ohtani.
Yes. All-star game, hitting and pitching potentially. Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
Hitting in the home run.
I hope he's in a home run derby. Is he?
That's what I've heard.
If he's in
gonna pitch in the All-Star game and he'll participate in the home run derby.
He's the first pitcher ever to start a game, and hit third. Wow. Which is your third hitter is usually your best hitter, right?
Sure.
I mean, he's an absolute stud.
Last
week.
What a talent.
So he is tied in Major League Baseball in home runs with 23 home runs, okay?
Yes.
This cat last week went Monday, they played every day. Mm-hmm. Home run Monday, home run Tuesday. Wednesday he pitched 6 innings, struck out 7, 1 earned run, 2 home runs on Thursday, a home run on Friday.
All I can say, Hank, is what the hell happened to you? Why are you here and not doing what this stud is doing?
There's nothing that I would rather be doing than I'd rather be anywhere right now than sitting here in front of you. I got to tell you, I got a lot going on in my life. There could have been a lot of twists and turns that pulled me away from this.
Sure. So, does their team suck?
I don't actually know where they are in the race right now.
They suck.
But they've got 3 of the, on paper, best hitters in baseball.
Exactly, which makes no sense.
Mike Trout, this cat, and Anthony Rendon, who I think Rendon's the best hitter, one of the best hitters.
So why would you think they suck? They have he's a pitcher, so he's a good pitcher, right? Maybe no other pitching characters to help them.
No other pitching.
It's
got to be no other pitching.
And so it's proven that pitching wins championships. Is that right, Hank?
It does. And is this a segue?
This is a segue to where we're heading next, Hank.
I understand.
As we talked about earlier in our intros, the North Carolina State Wolfpack are doing something that we all knew that they could do. We've just been waiting on it. Just waiting. They are competing for the College World Series. Did you watch the game yesterday?
I did.
So
Two great pitchers.
Phenomenal games. First of all, I'd like to start this while we're discussing it. Monkeydust, no jinxies, which means anything I discuss here, if NC State goes off the rails and blows it, I had nothing to do with it by talking about them, okay? Is that fair? NC State fans will know what I'm talking about. We typically get really excited, and then all of a sudden the rug is pulled out from underneath us, and we fail miserably. So I'm telling you, before we talk, jinxie, monkey dust. Okay. Does that make sense?
It makes sense that you'd be childish and do that. But the other thing that is you just described how NC State fans truly are and why they are the worst fans on the planet.
The best fans, but go ahead.
The worst fans on the planet. They have, when you give them just an ounce, an inch, they take it to another universe, right? This is how it should have been. This is what we've been waiting for as a State fan. This is what we deserve.
We deserve it.
And
yes.
then you get your eyes beat in, and there's nobody else on the planet that wants to see it. Yeah, listen. I'm rooting for NC State.
Sure you are.
I am. I am.
I
like Avent.
Yes. Oh, I'm falling in love with all these players. They all have a different story, and they all, they bring a little piece to the puzzle here. But as State fans, we don't get to really experience this often. So we have fans or friends that are going over and beyond. They're flying out there. They're getting ready.
You should.
Probably so, but we're not there quite yet.
And this is not a dig on State. Is the chance of seeing your alma mater in the College World Series is few and far between.
Sure.
I mean, the Vanderbilts do it quite a bit. There's schools that do it. But really and truly, if you're not there often, if you get a chance to go, you go.
Well, I'm holding out for the when we compete in the football BCS championship and when we make it to the Final Four. That's where I'm really
I'll roll your old butt there in your wheelchair.
Anyway, it's been fun. I was talking to our friend Michael Banks yesterday. We were texting during the game, and as I mentioned, I'm not a big baseball dude. I played it a little bit growing up, but I don't really watch it, nor did I play it. But it is so tense when there's something on the line and it's the ninth inning, it's somebody you're rooting for, It was more nerve-wracking than watching any other sport because there's time in between plays for you to think and even get more stressed, a foul ball here, a ump makes a bad call on a pitch and you're getting pissed, like, come on up. Anyway, it's just very, very stressful. So Michael says, yeah, man, that's every day in baseball.
Yeah, that is, man. And people think baseball is boring. If you really sit down and watch the game, you got to enjoy the game. But like each call, like you saw those last few at bats where there was a couple questionable ball strikes,
2 or 3 for sure.
For a dangerous team like Vanderbilt, it was going to be tough. Right. But what's going on in that pitcher's mind where he just said, I just got beat. Umpire stole that away from me. That was a good fastball. Now do I go back with another fastball? Do I go back with a curveball? The batter's sitting there saying the same thing.
Sure.
And it's a game of chess.
So much strategy involved.
Chess, yes it is. So it was a good game, man.
Oh, it was awesome. And this is also interesting, too. I don't know if you heard the interview with the freshman pitcher, I didn't know NC State started out like 1-8 or 1-4, and the coach came in and said, guys, I smell a run coming. I feel like we're going to get hot. And, it's all about momentum, right? All about momentum.
Yeah.
And the pitchers coming in and doing what they do, and the bats getting hot. But anyway, it's been an enjoyable World Series so far. I hope it continues for the Wolfpack. I think they play next on Friday. If they win, then they advance. If they lose, they play again Saturday. And the first game of the final series, I guess, is Monday.
Right.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of fun to watch.
Well, I hope it happens for you.
Thank you.
I do. I am rooting for them. They're a North Carolina team. I hope they do well. It's just, as a Carolina fan, it's just hard.
If the shoe was on the other foot and Carolina was,
you guys would not.
There is no way we would be rooting for the Tar Heels.
There's no way.
Let's just make that perfectly clear.
I know.
Okay?
That's what separates us.
Very good. Absolutely. Celebrates. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. Y'all actually get to participate in championships and stuff. We don't. Y'all,
we do.
Yes. So
you guys have had a ton of bass championships.
Yes. Well, we won also a karaoke championship, I think. It's pretty solid year.
That is
2019 karaoke and bass championships. Trophy goes on the mantle.
That's awesome. I really do like that. Well, let's change subjects.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. I read an article last week that there was a family, and they were in Idaho, I believe, or Washington State, and they were going down the interstate, Spokane, Washington. They were going down the interstate, and they had an accident. The dog was jettisoned from the car, propelled from the car. Wow. Okay. At the time of the accident, didn't know what was going. The parents weren't really looking for him, but they didn't know where the dog was. Drive back down the Idaho State Highway 41 and look out into a field, and they see the dog herding sheep.
Come on now. Say this again.
Look at this article right here. We got it.
So they didn't know that he had leapt from the car?
Well, they just thought he was they ran away, dead. You know, they knew he wasn't there.
Okay.
I mean, they knew, but they didn't find him at the accident.
I see. So they stopped the car and they were looking around and no dog. Is that what you're saying?
It was an accident.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And so they just like putting their lives back together. And then, you know, they're going back down 41 and they see old, I don't know what the dog's name is.
Roscoe. Let's just call him Roscoe.
Whatever. Tilly. It's
Tilly.
Tilly.
There he is.
So Tilly was out in the field herding sheep.
What a badass dog.
Second calling for Tilly.
Unbelievable. If,
So-
if my dog Koa flew out of the door or whatever in an accident, I would not find him hurting sheep. I guarantee
No.
you. He would be pissing on somebody's leg or doing something that a dipshit dog would do. But Tilly, on the other hand, wow, amazing.
You know what the funny thing is? Do you think Tilly's mine? Tilly saw them pull back up and was like, "Dang."
I love it out here with all these sheep.
I thought I got away with it. Playing his own death.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Good for Tilly.
So I thought it was
Super
an
dog.
article worth discussing.
Absolutely. As Tilly found some peace and tranquility, let me tell you about my vacation last week where I found a little peace
Segue
and
master.
tranquility. Thank you very much. So we traveled last week to the beach that we typically visit. It's Oak Island. You've been there a million times. It's gorgeous, family-oriented, very quiet. Everything shuts down at 9. Sleepy, very sleepy. And I really needed a week of sleepiness. You know, I just needed some rest. Our family needed to be together. We've been going in a million places. We're together in one spot. Go to the beach. We all went to the library, checked out 5 books. I read 5 books, Hank, in 1 week. Five books. We'd set no longer umbrellas we set up. They're called shabumis. Have you heard about what a shabumi is?
Is this the one with the sandbags?
Yes. So I did some research about shabumis. They come at a very hefty price. This is $250 contraption for shade. More than your typical $29 for an umbrella.
And you said shabumis.
Shaboo!
That means we got 2 of them.
So I will tell you the story. So 2 years ago, I'm an umbrella guy. I always have to have shade if I'm going to the beach, and so I buy an umbrella, and within 3 days, the wind disintegrates, and I've got to go buy another one, blah, blah, blah. These 3 guys, I thought they were NC State grads, but I've come to find out they're Carolina grads, created this prototype. Hank, it's bingo. That's what the beach looks like. We're looking at a video right now, guys, of multiple shabumis, which are shade. How would you describe that?
It's a tent.
It's like a tent
without
flowing,
back. It's without back posts.
Yes, and it sets up in about 2.5 minutes. It consists of a couple of those collapsible tent poles at an angle. The fabric goes on the tent pole. A string is in the front with the sandbag, so the breeze from the beach is blowing it back. The sand pole or the little bag in the front is giving tension, so everything stays level. Mm-hmm. Enough shade for about 8 people to sit under. Amazing. These dudes are brilliant. Selling them at $250 a pop. We counted just on Oak Island, our side of the beach, 125. You know the movie Pleasantville, where every house is the same, bop, 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 bop. Yep. That's what the beach looks like now. A row of shabumis.
You know what the funny thing is, Chad?
Tell me.
I think this is a great phenomenon, but no breeze. This would not be a great event. The tent still has the run on this one.
Sure.
No breeze. This is going to look like a flag.
This is what you have to think about. When is the last time you've been to a beach when there was sometimes there's zero breeze, but at least there's a little breeze coming off the ocean? All you need is a little. I mean, you just need a trickle of a breeze, and it will blow back. I sat under those shabumis from 9 o'clock in the morning, basically till 6 in the afternoon. Every day. That's what we did. Shabumi, we'd throw the ball, we'd read, we'd jump in the ocean. There was a lot of jellyfish, so kind of careful in there. Plus, at Oak Island, all these dudes are fishing, like right on the shore. And so there'd be a group of fishermen here and fishermen there, and they were swimming right in between them like, nah, this probably isn't smart. So anyway, not too much swimming, but a lot of shabumiing, a lot of reading, a lot of ice cream, trips to the ice cream parlor, and did a lot of that. Dominated some putt-putt. I'm talking about domination. We haven't been to putt-putt in a long time because of COVID, and the lines are always so long. This time, we said, forget it. We're not worried about the line. If we have to wait in line for an hour to play putt-putt, we're going to do it. We did it. I shot a 36. It's the best 18-hole putt I've ever had in my life.
I love it that you are pimping your putt stats right
I
here.
was proud of it with big crowds, and it was hot and everybody was sweaty, but I stayed focused, Hank.
Did you have a gallery at the end?
A gallery watching on a couple of hole-in-ones. I gave that Tiger Woods fist bump like that. You heard. Little golf clap in the background.
Right. I'm sure your girls weren't doing that.
Oh, yeah. They loved
so
it.
embarrassed.
They were absolutely embarrassed. But anyway, we got through the putt. It was just overall a really, really incredible beach trip. As I mentioned, I told you 5 books that I read. I read this thing called Bitcoin Billionaires. We can talk about Bitcoin if you want to, maybe not this episode, but another. I feel like I'm just educated enough to lose every dollar I've ever made in my life on investing in Bitcoin, so we can discuss that.
Cryptocurrency, watch out.
Unbelievable. I mean, it seems so easy. So just sprinkle a little bit into the Bitcoin funnel of fun, and then all you know, you get to reach into that little bag and grab a bunch of cash. It's that easy, right?
It's that easy.
That easy.
Right.
So I learned about that. And also I read this Prince book. I'll tell you this little quick factoid on Prince. So obviously he was a genius when he was just a young cat. His daddy was a wannabe jazz performer, and he was a musician himself. Well, anyway, his daddy, who Prince basically thought his daddy gave up on his dream to focus on music to get a real job to actually put bread on the table. So he worked for this company called Honeywell. Honeywell, the people that do the thermostats and all that stuff. Yeah. Well, this is during the Vietnam War. And so Honeywell was contracted by the government to create napalm. You know what napalm is? It was that weapon that it was kind of like a jelly petroleum product, or kind of product that they would drop it and it would just light everything on fire. And it's a terrible weapon.
Yeah.
Terrible weapon. So when Prince was 7, his dad came to his school and he said, "All right, kids, this is what I do." And he talked about Honeywell, and he said, "I make this weapon called napalm," and they showed a video of it. And Prince, when he's writing,
burning bodies.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, it wasn't bodies burning, but it showed what the destruction can happen when napalm is dropped. So it had a blue Vietnam sky, right? There was like this blue Vietnam sky, and then when napalm hits, it's like this red orange flame. It's like when it drops down, it's like rain. And the blue sky with the red flame makes what color? Purple.
Purple rain.
Can you believe that? So when he was 7, from watching the video, what his dad was telling that he created, he hated his dad, which is another part of the story I didn't know. But yeah, so the red, see this picture we're looking at? The red of the flame and the blue of the Vietnam sky mixed to be purple. And in his mind, he wrote that Purple Rain song in his mind that day. Unbelievable. When he was 7. Crazy, huh?
Crazy.
So anyway, that's what I did on my beach trip. I learned about Bitcoin. I learned about Prince. And before I leave the trip, I told you that I really found a state of almost complete peace and harmony within me internally. And it was the last trip. Normally it takes a couple of days to get relaxed on a beach trip. You know, you're unpacking and you're just settling down. And typically by midway, I feel finally relaxed. Well, this trip took a little bit longer for me to relax. So we're leaving on Saturday. It was Thursday. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. Had about 2 or 3 vodkas, maybe a shot of tequila. The waves are crashing. The shaboomy is protecting me from harmful sunlight, you know?
And I bet the rippling of the shaboomy is almost enough to put you asleep.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like a tent going fluttering.
Just fluttering. That's exactly right, Hank. So can you picture? You can
I got
imagine.
you. I'm with you.
Am I painting this picture?
I'm sitting next to you.
Yeah,
right
you're sitting
now.
exactly. So there's a cooler at my feet. I got a little bag of boiled peanuts from D's Nuts down at Oak Island. I mean, I'm reading about Prince. I see my daughter's throwing the ball. Jennifer's out of the shaboomy gathering sun for her great suntan that she's trying to get. And I just look around and I'm stare at the ocean. A couple dolphins just happened to just pop by, you know. And I said, Lord, and I said this out loud, thank you very much for this day that you've given me and all these other blessings. I feel I am right with the world, you know. And I closed my eyes and I dozed off.
Passed out.
But anyway, so Thursday I felt it. I was there. So that's what vacation's supposed to be like. Get you at this real calm place where take all the stress of the real world, throw it away for a week, and get rejuvenated. And that's what I did.
Well, good.
Yes.
I'm glad that happened because you went from just a very relaxing vacation to what I'm getting ready to do, which is not going to be relaxing at all.
But it sounds fun.
It's going to be fun.
So let's tell me about it, please, sir.
So we, as you know, that little boys team that I coach, my son's baseball team, we were set to go to Cooperstown, right?
Yes.
Cooperstown said that everybody 12 years old and older has to have the vaccine to get in the park. Well, I'm not going to get into everybody's position with the vaccine. I have some parents that don't want the vaccine, and then they're not going to give it to their kids, so we can't go there.
Understood.
So we found another tournament in Florida, Orlando, to play in the same week, right? So we've decided that we're going to take our team to Orlando and play in this tournament. It's a big tournament at the ESPN Worldwide Sports Center. So it's got great facilities. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we're traveling to Disney because we're leaving tomorrow. We're going to go to Disney Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then the tournament starts Sunday, and then the last possible game would be Friday. If you lost in your first tournament bracket game, you could be going on Thursday.
This podcast is sponsored by Jackson Creative, a custom communication agency located in downtown Hickory, North Carolina, specializing in online content creation. To learn more, visit thejacksoncreative.com. Jackson Creative, we tell your story.
We're driving, I feel like, into the mouth of the beast. 4th of July we're leaving on the 2nd, right, to drive back home. Right. Disney, we're going there for 3 days. Do you know how pent up America is, and they want to be out and traveling, and the people that I wanted to go to Disney last year and we couldn't go.
Right.
It was her birthday and she wanted to go. So everybody and their freaking brother is going to be with us at Disney Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
And how hot will it actually be in Orlando, Hank? Maybe the hottest place in the entire world.
Who goes to Florida in July where and not have a breeze off the ocean? Yeah. It's going to be brutal.
It's going to be stifling.
It's going to be brutal. In the park, then
napalm, like all around.
It's going to be purple rain. Going to be
rain up in this mug.
Then we're going to hey, look at this. Look, we got look, that's not that bad.
Okay, 90.
90?
Humidity at 99%, I'm
Our
sure.
producer actually pulled up the weather for us, and we're looking
nice.
at it. It's
wonderful.
89 to 90.
Yes.
We're certainly going to have plenty of afternoon PM thunderstorms, just like
cool
every
it down.
every single time you go. But I think the problem that we're going to have is sometimes in vacation, you need that time to find your inner Chad, right?
That peace and tranquility.
I'm going to be either in Disney fighting 3-hour lines in blazing sun,
Yes.
or coaching this baseball team in 1,000,000 degrees as well.
With a mask on.
I haven't even thought of that.
Your eyes just are like, what? I have to wear a mask? Yeah, Disney used to have to wear masks.
Are you sure about that, Clark?
I'm pretty positive. Yes.
I think
our producer is going to check it out here.
I think that you have to wear a mask if you're inside someplace, like if you're inside a store, inside a restaurant, inside a ride, but not like if you're out walking.
Okay, well,
I think that's the case. I hope that's
let's find out about Disney mask requirements for the week that Hank gets to attend. Oh, the first picture is masks are mandatory. Mandatory
no, but
masks.
They're inside. So
Stormtrooper mask must be worn at all times.
But is there any place that will be more crowded?
Oh man, no.
More miserably hot than Disney this next week?
You picked the probably the most miserable place in the entire world next week. But you know what? You'll be together. You'll get at least one ride all day long. One ride. Make it count. Make it count. Maybe, is there a water park? There's water parks there. Maybe you can go on a slide or two. I'm sure you'll make it work. You pay $18 for a bottle of water or a Coke with some mouse ears on it.
Don't worry. I'll make sure of it. But the funny thing that I was reminded of, my son, he wanted to go, oh gosh.
Read it, Hank. Read it out loud.
Okay, so this is the face covering guidelines. Face coverings are required for all guests ages 2 and up, and cast members. Please bring your own face covering and wear them in all indoor locations,
Okay.
except when eating or drinking while stationary. Okay, so look, it looks like we're gonna be able to.
Face coverings are optional in outdoor common areas. Okay, you can breathe a little sigh of relief.
If they were gonna make me wear a mask, I was gonna be ticked.
108 degrees with that mask on.
I was gonna be real ticked. But my son, seeing that it's blazing hot, we went to the lake this past weekend.
Right.
And we get out there, and I'm ready to jump in the water, and I take off my shirt, and he's like, "Whoa! We need to get some sun on that skin before." So my arms are dark, my neck is dark because I've been coaching a lot of baseball there.
Yeah.
But it reminds me that I haven't hit the sun
Yes.
on my trunk in some time.
This area here. Yeah.
So I need to do some work.
yeah.
I need to do some work, Chad. You were
Yes.
talking about how your wife was trying to get that great
That golden-
sun tan.
that golden tan,
I'm
yeah.
going to go ahead and go on record to say I'm going to get scorchingly burnt that first time.
Well, be careful, buddy.
Don't you worry.
So, are there a couple rides that you've already picked out that are must-dos when you're at Disney?
Yes.
So, let's talk about them.
So, Animal Kingdom is going to be Friday, and the Avatar ride is like a must
Yes.
do, right?
Yes.
And then Everest, I think, is in there as well. So, those are the two rides that we're definitely
And probably the only two that you're going to be able to fit into the schedule
Right. So
for the whole day.
The people that we're with, one of the families they go every year, every single year.
Yeah.
And so they're like, they know where everything is, how to get to everything, how fast to do it.
Can you get the fast passes?
Can't
now?
do it right now.
Oh my God.
Can't do it right now. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go to Avatar and Everest, and then probably leave the park because it'll be over by then. Epcot has that test drive.
Yes,
That
I've done
test
that
drive.
test track.
Yep.
Yep.
So we want to do that one, and then Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom. You'd want to do Space Mountain,
Yes.
of course.
Where are the Star Wars ones?
That's at Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
So we couldn't get a ticket for Hollywood Studios because it's so packed because you had to reserve them. So we had to buy park hopper tickets, which
Yes.
means we can leave the park and go to another park if it's available at 2.
How do you know? Oh, because you just check your app.
check your app and you say, hey, can we get in that park? And then you go over there at 1, and right when the gates open, you flood it.
Holy cow.
Right?
Yes.
So that's where you want to do Rock and Roller Coaster.
Right.
You want to do Tower of Terror.
Yes.
All those ones that you want to get. So, yes, there are some. Do you have one that when was the last time you were in Disney?
Oh, when Olivia was like 5. So, I mean, it's been 10 years.
Okay.
A long time. So, the Star Wars did not exist. Avatar did not exist. The Soaring, that's one
Yep.
at Epcot.
Yep,
or whatever.
yep.
It was brand new and it was phenomenal.
It's
and
phenomenal.
the test drive was kind of brand new.
Yeah.
And Everest was like 1 or 2 years old. So there's a lot of things have changed since we've been there.
Yeah. But you're a roller coaster guy, right?
Love them.
Love them. Yeah. But see, in your getting older, does it affect you? I think we've talked about this.
Well, it hasn't. Pre-COVID, we rode the Fury with the Carowinds, Lucy Rose and I, and we rode the Fury like 12 times in a row, and no effect. You mean effect like to your head and your stomach? I can't hang with this anymore. So far, so good, but who knows? We're going to Carowinds in August and going to give it another whirl. We'll see.
Well, I'll tell you, if you haven't been on a 3D ride lately, like a 3D, you're in the chair slightly moves, but it's the
screens
everything's
in front of
around you, going around you.
Yeah.
There's nothing more disorienting than a 3D ride. I thought I was going to like have a stroke last time I was in one of these things.
Which one did you do?
The Simpsons. It was at Universal. I did The Simpsons, and then you do. I think Kong was one like that, and I mean,
Well, that's what Avatar is, right?
yes, I'm not looking forward to it.
Andy Roney, he just went to Disney maybe 3 weeks ago or a month. He said it was phenomenal. He said the top ride he's ever ridden.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
so I watched it on YouTube with Harris, and it looks amazing, but there's a good chance your boy might get sick on this thing.
Please let it happen while you're flying on those weird birds. Oh, just let Hank fall out of the ride with a bad headache, stomach ache, or something. It'll be
I'm not
fabulous.
I am looking forward to it because normally I do like roller coasters. Like I love a roller coaster, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So where are you staying? Are you staying inside the park?
No. So we're staying in between the baseball stadium and Disney, which they're only separated by like 6 miles or whatever. Right. So, but it's amazing. This whole neighborhood probably has 100 houses, and then they've got 100 townhomes, and then they have 100 condos, and then they have a huge pool with water slides and everything, basketball courts and everything. They're all VRBO. It's like a neighborhood that was built to house families for it. So we're staying with another family, and so our house has like a pool, and it's then some families are staying by themselves in a condo, but they're all pretty close. And so one of our parents actually got a map of the neighborhood and wrote every family down on the map, so you know where everybody is.
It's good. It's a good parent right there.
Good
Hank.
parent.
Good parent.
Good
yes.
parent right there. So we're not staying in, which is kind of cool. I mean, we're going to be doing so much stuff. I think we're going to Top Golf while we're down there as a group. We're doing a bunch of stuff.
Sounds like an amazing trip, sir. Well, I hope you bring home the gold. And if you don't bring home the gold, just bring home some really good memories. I'm sure you will. Don't fall off Avatar, and try not to eat the hot dogs.
Okay.
Yes, those are 3 rules, Disney rules. Don't eat the hot dogs.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, this is what I've heard.
I love a hot dog.
I know you do. And actually, the Crawdads have $1 hot dogs tonight.
Are you going?
I'm going.
You're going tonight?
I'm going tonight. $1 hot dogs.
Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday. So it's $1 hot dogs, and they have $2 craft beer, and you can bring your dog to the park tonight. So I might bring Koa up there. It's probably
Doesn't your dog bite?
He's known to bite a person, but don't talk junk about my dog, Hank. All right, seriously, only I can talk junk about my dog. But we're gonna give it a whirl and take him up there and see how it goes.
Well, you're giving me all these warnings about what I should and shouldn't do at Disney.
Yeah.
Today Disney was kind of flexing their muscles within the last week of what they're willing to tolerate.
Yes,
right? What they're willing to tolerate.
Yes.
So, you think of Disney as a very family-oriented park, but they do have it at night where, I think like an older crowd is there later in the evening. They serve alcohol. And, I think they serve alcohol all day, but all the time. But you know what? They're cracking down on ladies coming in pretty risque clothing.
What a shame.
What a shame, huh?
Yes.
So Disney this week They have not kicked out. Well, I think there's one girl that was going to get kicked out, but they took a girl who was virtually wearing a bikini top.
Right.
Okay. And I wonder who the person was that ratted her out. Like, this chick's in here doing this.
Right.
But they went up to her and they said, "Hey, you're getting a free shirt today." And she was like, "What? Why was this? Why is this?" And so they ushered her into the store where she got a free shirt and she got to put it on to be a little bit more discreet.
Sure.
Okay.
I wonder if one of the dudes were dressed up in costume. Like, what if it was Goofy? He said, "Hey, go to the gift shop and let's cover up that body of yours," or something. I mean, can you just imagine? Or Tigger, or one of those characters. Who knows?
It was definitely one of the girls that was jealous.
Yeah, it's probably Snow White,
Ariel,
definitely Moana. Come on, girls, don't be such a mean girl. Come on, be nice to these people.
Yeah, gets a free shirt. So it's kind of amazing how it isn't amazing how this makes national news.
Headlines.
How this makes national news. How we're talking about this.
I do think this is interesting. So, you mentioned to me in a text or whatever that you're going to Disney. So I get on. So this was in a text. 10 minutes later, I'm doing a little bit of research for the show. I'm on a couple like Google sites, Yahoo, just looking at some news. Everything is Disney, Disney, Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Then I go to my Facebook page and it's ads for Disney. How the hell? This is from a text that you said that just had the word Disney in it.
It's listening
They're
now.
listening.
It's listening right now.
They're always listening, Hank.
Yep. Nobody's listening to the show, but they're all listening to our phones. They're all listening. You know this.
Oh, I know this. I mean, I should be smarter, but it's just weird. One word, and then boom, it sets off this slew of advertisements about Disney and mouse ears and all kinds of weird stuff. So, anyway, scary.
It is scary.
Big Brother is listening.
It is Big Brother.
Yeah. So, well, what other fun stuff, bud? I mean, I know you got vacation planned. My vacation is over. I'm back to the real world again. Father's Day was last Sunday, so I come back from the beach on Sunday, popped over to see my dad for a couple hours. My brother and I hung out with him, and the rest of my family were still at the beach, leaving the beach, going to visit Jennifer's family. So I came home from a week's vacation to an empty house with 6 hours of U.S. Open in front of me. That's a pretty solid Sunday.
That's a Father's Day gift. Miracle.
Dream. It's a Father's Day dream. Because I was with my family the whole time. We just had such a great time. I got to see my dad for a couple hours and then come to an empty house. It was very cold. It was just me and Koa. It was very dark in there. Gatorades, straight Gatorades. I was, I needed to hydrate from my previous vacation and just straight golf. I mean, and what a golf match, too. John Rahm, clutch city. 2 birdies, 17 and 18. Those putts, phenomenal.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Father's Day. Isn't it funny? Like, I love thinking about Father's Day, and I heard a funny statistic. Mother's Day is the number one most celebrated holiday. You like taking out to dinner, going out there, restaurant day, yeah, restaurants and everything else
Flowers.
outside of like Christmas or whatever, right? But people do more for Mother's Day. Father's Day is number 20.
Flag Day's probably in front of it.
I can't think of 19 more. I mean, like what is in between Mother's Day, Christmas? I mean, President's Day's got to be in there somewhere.
If President's Day beats Father's Day, we got a problem.
We do have a problem.
Where's Flag Day? I bet Flag Day's 18. Yeah, 17 or 18.
Right.
Son of a gun.
So you got to think that it's number 20. But I think it's funny what dads do, like choose for their days.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Because you'll talk to some and you'll be like, hey, what are you doing? Well, I've got a nice little day planned. We're going to get up. We're going to go for a hike as a family. Right. Then we're going to go eat lunch in the park. Then I'm going to sit down and we're going to do a board game. Then I'm going to, it's very family oriented.
Sure.
Then you'll have some other ones that you're like, hey, what you doing for Father's Day? I asked to go play golf and not see them or return until everybody's in bed.
So funny. Going along that same theme that you're talking about. See, so fathers,
This one has a 6. This is crap.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I would say Father's Day definitely were about 20th. But when so you've got the fathers, so half of them play golf, half of them have got the nice family day plan, taking the kids camping, doing all that stuff. When it's Mother's Day, 99% of the mothers, and I know I'm going to catch some flack for this, but what they say is, y'all go on and get out. The mothers want to be by themselves on Mother's Day or with their girlfriends at the spa, at the pool, just sitting on the couch reading the book.
On the deck.
Or on the deck, drinking a sangria. But, the dads, we'll take the kids with us. We'll go camping. We'll go on a hike. We'll go out to eat breakfast. Mothers, they don't want anything to do with the kids on Mother's Day. Get them out of my sight. Mark it down, and I'm going to catch some flack when I get home.
Oh, you're going to catch some flack.
I'm going to be in trouble.
This is a Chad East endorsement, not Hank Eimer. I can tell you that right now. But, hey, I'm with you. I'm with you to the fact that, to Father's Day, what did I do? Have my father, mother, and mother-in-law and father-in-law over, and I grilled steaks.
Did you?
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
You like to do that, right?
I enjoyed it. It was fun. We had a good time. We had, good food. But it's funny because there was one gentleman I saw on Lake Hickory on Saturday, and I said, what you doing this weekend? He was like, my wife and daughter went to the beach with their family. They left today, and they're going to be back next Saturday. I was like, so you're by yourself? He was like, best Father's Day gift I could possibly get. And I was like, wow.
Yes.
Wow. So I just found it interesting that Father's Day, ranks so low. But
respect.
You know what it is? Fathers are like catchers. They're like catchers on a baseball team. Or they're grinders.
We don't need much.
We grinders.
We don't need much. We're grinders. We just get the job done. Don't need accolades. Don't need flowers. Don't need chocolates. Don't need to even go out to eat dinner. Don't need a card. Just show us a little respect.
Just a little
respect.
Just a little respect.
That's all we ask.
That's all we ask. We're grinders.
Grinders.
The husbands are grinders.
I like the catcher analogy. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So that I'm sticking with that. Do you know how much trouble we're getting ready to get into, Chad? It's not going to be good.
Dude, I stay in trouble, Hank. It doesn't matter what I say. I'm always in trouble. So it's all good. But I am anxious. So I need your honest opinion. Taking the dog to the crawdads, is this a bad idea? This is bad. Right?
Unless your girls can handle the dog.
Dude,
is your family going?
Yes, but what they'll do is say, the dog is going to bark, and then they're going to be like, here, Dad, and then they'll off and running around, and then I'm going to be stuck with Koa.
If Koa were 8 and would sit beside you and just lay there and pant.
That ain't happening.
But Koa ain't going to do that.
That ain't happening.
So let's just say, hey, you know what? It's hot.
Yes.
Koa,
he's really furry.
He's really furry. He's really furry. Let's keep Koa at home.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hot, and we don't want to put his health in jeopardy.
Sure. Because we love him.
Because we love him.
We care about him.
Yes.
He needs to be in air condition with this full coat of hair that he has.
Yes.
It's too hot to be out in the summer sun.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of psychopath buys a dog like that and it lives in the Southeast, okay? I mean, you're like, hey, we're going to get this breed that should only live in Alaska, and we're going to bring him to the Southeast where
what we
humidity
do.
is sky high.
That's what we do.
I mean, I'd bite people too, Barcoa. I'd just
We
be
make
pissed.
bad decisions. Bad decisions.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but most of the time.
I would say leave Co at home.
Yes.
That way you can enjoy your hot dog with both hands.
Sure.
Right?
$2 craft beer. They
$2
got
craft beer. Wow. Are you going as a group or just your family?
We don't know yet. So, well, here's the other.
I didn't get invited. I can tell you that.
Well,
much.
I was inviting you on the air right
No,
now.
it's okay. It's all right.
So
that sounds like
free
the
tickets.
that's
free
the
tickets.
uninvite is what you just did. Hey, we're getting ready to go somewhere in 10 minutes. Why don't you come with us?
Come on, join us. So the girls get their vaccination second shot today, though, at 5. What do you think?
Oh, they'll
be
feel
fine,
fine,
right?
They're not going to feel bad if they feel bad until tomorrow.
Tomorrow, like
Yeah.
early in the morning or whatever, sometime tomorrow. But hopefully they will be cool.
Right. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So I hope you have a fun time this evening without
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
I have to pack.
Yes.
I have to pack. And I got to tell you, I'm a kind of a bad packer.
Let's talk about packing. Yes.
I'm kind of a bad packer just for the simple fact that I bring too much crap
Really.
consistently.
You know what I packed to the beach?
Chad bag.
Chad bag. One bag consists of everything. It was 3 bathing suits, 4 T-shirts,
Flip flops.
2 pairs of shorts, pair of flip-flops, dock kit for a toothbrush and everything, speaker. Let's call it a wrap.
How about-
it's in one little bag?
Bruno Mars jacket. Did it make it down there?
Bruno Mars jacket did not make an appearance to the beach. Next time I might. I had enough room to fit it in the Chad bag. Chad bag's pretty amazing. All these collapsible pockets. You fall this one down, opens up another one.
Yeah.
I could be a really good drug smuggler with the Chad bag.
That was Chad East.
But I'm not a drug smuggler. I'm not a drug smuggler.
the mesh.
Well, awesome. Well, I think the game will be great tonight. I wish I was invited and had free tickets.
Yeah, no problem.
Where did you get free tickets from?
I mean, I'm not as special as the Caldwell Banker Skybox. I mean, we can't be as special as the Skybox. But anyway, I've got my ways to get some tickets. I know
for
a
you.
couple people.
Know
I know
some
a couple.
people.
Know a
All
couple
right,
people.
all right.
Specifically, Caldwell Banker real estate agents. They slide me a couple of tickets here and there. You know how it goes.
That's good. I was going to offer you some if that was the case.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, buddy, it's 10 minutes till 5 on a Tuesday, June 20. Give it to me. Second. Glad to be in the studio. I did want to mention this too. So we haven't been in the studio. We took a couple weeks off market, and I was on vacation. But the energy from our listeners, and I got a couple really good texts that I'll share with you maybe outside of the show. They said the energy level when we're back in the studio face to face, we got Moose doing his producing to a level that is very, very high with the screen, shooting us input and all this stuff, data that we can talk about. They said it's a different show. Not that our other shows sucked. It's just a higher level, a higher production level, if you will.
feel it.
Do you feel it?
I can feel it.
Yeah. So, one request. We've talked about this before. Josh Elder and his team at 3 Beers Down wants to join in the big fan. He knows he could get a huge following just by attaching himself to some of our listeners. Would you be open to inviting him in to the studio? Our studio. This is the Big Fan Studio. Inviting another podcast in. And let's start maybe sharing some thoughts, some ideas, some emotions.
So I will tell you, this is a big league move you're trying to pull on me right here. Okay, this is a big league move.
Okay.
You know why?
Tell me.
Not very often do you introduce an idea to somebody on the air, and just say, "Hey, let's do this," and then I get to be the butt about it. No, I think it'd be great. I love Josh and those guys. So and Luke and Everly.
Yes.
I love those guys. So I think it would be a funny show, and it would be a good one.
So
do we get to drink?
No, so here's the deal. So in the studio here, we're professional here.
Yeah.
We keep it, as we should by the we're straight and narrow. Straighten, is that the right? Straighten. Mm-hmm. Yes. When we go to reciprocate, Josh, because he wants us to come do his podcast, they tape at 10 p.m. They also tape in a basement of one of their homes surrounded by a bar. So that's when we will go with what they do. We're professional here. They're not. You know what I'm saying? We do things by the book. We do it the right way. They do not. They do the wrong way.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
they drink. We don't drink, Hank.
Right.
Right. Water's here. Tequila there.
Okay.
Okay. So that's how we're going to keep it straight here. But
All right. I'm with you.
Producer, is it okay if we have another mic in the studio in a couple weeks?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you, Moose. He's always open to it. Moose would probably rather be in the basement with the bar, right, Moose?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Very
We'll,
good.
we'll bring his talent with us.
Yes,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
I'm fine with that. While I have you on here, I'd like to know if you want to donate some money to a charity. I can give you the name, but I need an answer before we leave today.
As long as it's not the Colwell Banker Skybox Fund, I am down.
Okay.
I am
okay.
down.
You're a good man. You're a good man.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for listening to Big Fan. This is our summer breakthrough episode. People will be listening as they travel on all their vacations throughout the summer, Hank. This will probably be the most listened to podcast, I'd say, of any podcast we've ever done.
Really?
Because people are traveling. They want something good to make the time go by fast.
Yeah.
And if it's you and I talking about skyboxes or crawdads or Disney ears or whatever, they like it.
Okay.
Good job, man.
Hey, you're doing
Good job.
great.
Thank you. So are you, friend. Anyway, have a safe trip to Disney.
Appreciate it.
Don't fall off Avatar. Moose, good to see you. No more loud parties in the neighborhood. And to our listeners, we'll be back in 2 weeks where we get to share Hank's extravagant adventures in Florida. Stay cool. Peace.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.